When it comes to where we build new residential developments, it makes no sense building in areas of high noise pollution. And the best way of preventing this is by conducting noise surveys at the planning stage. Acoustics consultant Diarmuid Keaney is doing one today outside Cahir in County Tipperary.
We measure roadside noise, we measure air traffic noise, and we measure rail noise. We also do industrial noise measurements, noise from a facility, for example. We can be also involved in the likes of entertainment noise, say breaking out of a nightclub and so on.
And if you take the sort of sounds now we've been hearing here, is that engine noise or is it tyre noise, or can you differentiate between the different sounds?
You can. Generally at lower speeds, the noise from a vehicle is dominated by the engine and gearbox. But once you exceed approximately 40 kilometres per hour, the tyre noise becomes the dominant source of noise. So if you think of cars travelling at speed, it's essentially the rolling noise generated by the tyres that dominates the noise climate.
And in an existing situation where houses are affected, say by a motorway, and there are houses close by to a motorway, are there things we can do to reduce the impact of that noise, especially at night time?
Well, if you say they're existing houses and they're already in proximity to a motorway, I suppose you've missed the first element of it, which is separation distance. Noise is always reduced over distance.
So essentially, the further away from the source of sound, the better.
That's it, Duncan. Suppose somebody is planning to construct a housing estate in close proximity to a road. The first thing I would suggest that they would do is carry out a baseline study to establish what the levels are at that location. And there are guidance documents, many of them from the UK, that set out appropriate levels. We can assess whether it's a suitable site or not. It would be great in Ireland if we had such a guidance document, and it may be something that I would hope to see in the future.
Diarmuid, you set up a website called noisecomplaint.ie.
I felt very much in the Republic that there was very little data being collected in terms of the actual issues that were causing, noise issues that were causing people problems. So we set up noisecomplaint.ie to give people an avenue to allow them to log those complaints so that we could better understand what noises are affecting people, just to create increase awareness about noise and try and identify the noise issues that people are having and get a better understanding of them.
Diarmuid explained that a range of measures, such as setback distances, zoning, acoustic barriers, road surface treatments, reduced traffic and speed limits, all can, when combined together, help achieve noise reduction. But Ireland is still lacking in good planning policy to protect people from excessive noise.
It's remarkable that the European Commission now consider noise pollution to be second only to air pollution in terms of its environmental effect on our health. When we consider how seriously we now take air pollution, surely it's time that steps are taken to address the effects of excessive noise in our lives.
The EPA are responsible for implementing the EU's National Noise Directive. So I'm down in Wexford to talk to Tony Dolan about what the future might hold in our battle with noise.
It is a serious issue, and that's why the EPA are funding a noise research project which is going to look at the impacts of noise nuisance, and also in relation to planning guidance. There needs to be better guidance for the planners in terms of how constructing the new, let's say, residential developments, because we know, for instance, that the populations are going to be increasing. There's going to be more new residential areas, particularly along the M50 and along larger urban areas. So I think it's important that we plan properly to try and minimise the impact going forward, because in terms of if we don't design the new residential developments properly, then we are going to have increasing noise complaints. So I think the whole area of planning for the future is very important.
On a street like we're here in Wexford, where there's a lot of traffic going up and down, the noise effects can be quite difficult for people, especially at night time. What is the solution for people that are affected by noise?
So what they can do is on our Live Green website, we give information on noise nuisance and noise complaints. So if people want to find out who they should contact in relation to different types of noise, whether it's transport noise, construction noise or domestic noise nuisance, etc. If they go to Your Home, Your Health, they will see information as to who they can contact in those situations.
Noise pollution is having an impact on our lives and the lives of many other species around the planet.
Other countries are already fighting back against noise pollution. So isn't it time we did the same? After all, it's something worth shouting about.